There's a fog that rolls in quietly, and it doesn't always look like suffering. Sometimes it just feels like nothing. No spark, no pulse, no desire. The hum of life fades into background static, and the world seems drained of color. This is the shadow of dullness. Not evil, not wrong, but slow. It is the heaviness that settles over the heart when presence slips away unnoticed. It is the moment when routine replaces wonder and obligation stands where joy once danced. And you don't fall into dullness all at once. It's the gradual numbing, the safety of sameness, the comfort of what's known. You tell yourself, I'm fine. But fine is the graveyard of aliveness. The mind loves dullness because it's predictable. It knows how to navigate the flatlands. No surprises, no risks, no heartbreak. But the soul aches for the unpredictable beauty of existence, for the sacred chaos of being awake. You know this ache. It lives in the part of you that watches your own life like a movie you've seen 100 times. It is the deep sigh you let out when you realize you've been surviving instead of living. And yet, the shadow hides a secret. It arrives to show you where you've become mechanical, where spark of awe has dimmed. It's not punishment, it's feedback. It whispers, beloved, you've drifted, come back. The dullness you feel is a measure of how much light is waiting to move through you again. But you can't force light through a closed heart. You must first honor the dullness, sit with it, breathe with it. Let it tell you where you've stopped listening. There's deep wisdom in the places that feel lifeless. They're the soil, rich, dark, and still, where new beauty germinates. Every time you resist your numbness, you prolong it. But when you accept it, you become soft enough for light to return. So be gentle with yourself. You are not broken. You are in between worlds. You are remembering what it feels like to truly feel again. And when you begin to notice the small things, the warmth of the sunlight on your skin, the sound of laughter across the room, the taste of morning air, you'll realize dullness never destroyed your aliveness. It only covered it with a veil, waiting for your attention to lift it. Your aliveness is not gone. It's just resting until you remember how sacred this ordinary moment really is. Remember. And when the fog begins to clear, what returns is not effort. It's attraction. The more you rest into your natural rhythm, the more the world starts to move with you. The gift of magnetism is not about being the loudest in the room. It's not performance. It's not seduction. It's not charm. It's resonance. It is what happens when you stop pretending and start vibrating as yourself again. There's a current that runs through you, and when it's unblocked, everything around you begins to harmonize. People feel it without knowing why. They lean in. They feel safe, curious, and inspired. This is the art of being magnetic, not through doing, but through being. When you stop chasing what you think you need, you make space for what's truly meant for you to find its way home. The world around you is sensitive to energy. It listens to your inner state far more than your words, far more than your achievements. And when you are alive inside, the universe conspires to meet that aliveness. Magnetism is born from authenticity. It is the sparkle in the eyes of someone who is comfortable in their own skin. It is the quiet gravity of a soul that doesn't need to prove itself anymore. And here's the secret. Your magnetism doesn't come from trying to shine. It comes from allowing your shadow to be seen too. It comes from honesty, vulnerability, and tenderness. When you stop hiding the dullness, you integrate it. It becomes part of your texture, the soil from which your light grows richer, warmer, more human. And others will feel this, and they'll sense the permission to be real too. That is the true gift you carry. The ability to awaken aliveness in others, simply by being awake yourself. Your presence is medicine. Your stillness heals. Your authenticity restores harmony to the field. You don't have to perform your worth anymore. You only have to live it. And when you do, life begins to unfold with quiet precision. Synchronicities appear like breadcrumbs. Relationships deepen. Opportunities align. This is the gift of magnetism. The more alive you are, the more life moves toward you. The more you love being you, the more the universe loves through you. Dear one, your gift is not to sparkle like a diamond. It is to pulse like a star, soft and radiant, illuminating everything around you without ever needing to force it. And at the highest expression, You don't just attract, you blossom. Florescence is the full flowering of your being. It is effortless radiance. Not from what you do, but from who you've become. It is the moment when you realize there's no separation between you and life. The pulse that moves through your veins is the same rhythm that opens flowers and guides galaxies. You are not a static being. You are a living field of evolution, a garden in perpetual bloom. In this state, you don't manage your energy. You trust it. You let it move, dance, expand and contract like breath. And because you're no longer resisting yourself, everything around you breathes easier too. Florescence is not constant bliss. It is authenticity in motion. It is being so deeply yourself that joy spills out of you like sunlight. Others will feel your aliveness and begin to awaken their own. You'll see beauty everywhere because you've become beauty itself. The dullness that once haunted you transforms into devotion. Devotion to being fully alive. And from this place, everything becomes sacred. Work becomes worship. Silence becomes song. Every breath becomes communion. Florescence is contagious. It calls others to remember their own light. It doesn't preach, it emanates. It doesn't force, it invites. You become a living example of what it means to be in harmony with existence. No mask, no striving, just the raw pulse of truth moving through form. This is what the universe intended for you all along. To live in such a way that your very being reminds others how good it feels to be alive. Your presence becomes the perfume of awakening. You walk through life as a blessing, and not because you tried to be one, but because you remembered you already were and always have been. So how does one live this flowering in daily life? not through perfection, but through presence. When dullness returns, as it will from time to time, see it as the invitation it always was. A gentle reminder that life is asking you to return to your rhythm. The dullness and the fluorescence are not enemies. They are the inhale and exhale of awakening. And when you honor both, you live as the whole garden. You won't need to chase beauty anymore, because you'll notice it everywhere. In cracked sidewalks, in quiet mornings, in the eyes of strangers. The magnetism of your being will expand naturally because you no longer fear the cycles. You'll know that each moment, whether heavy or light, is part of your blooming. This path isn't about constant joy. It is about constant truth. When you feel dull, you slow down. When you feel alive, you expand. Both are sacred. Your heart was never meant to live in one state. It was meant to pulse, to stretch, to fill. That's why Florescence isn't a destination. It is what happens when you stop trying to arrive. It is what blooms when you relax into being here, fully, unapologetically, and wildly alive. Dear one, you are the garden, the gardener, and the sun itself. And as you continue to open, you'll notice that everything you've ever sought was never outside of you. Everything you've ever sought was dormant, waiting, like seeds beneath the soil of your stillness. And now they're breaking open. Now they are reaching for light. And now you are remembering you were never dull. You've always only been waiting to bloom. Remember, I love you.